Okay, let's start with the class of language. Campus subjects is the topic. It's the same of yesterday's class. What is a campus subject? What do you remember about this? What is a campus subject?
A sentence may have more than one simple subject. When you write, you can use the word and to join simple subjects.
Thank you, Caleb. Yes, campus subject. Remember, a sentence has a subject and a predicate. The subject, the simple subject, is the most important word. It's a noun or a pronoun. Campus subject, it has two or more simple subjects. So let's review here with the information that we have. Campus subject is a simple subject made up of more than one noun or pronoun. So it means that you can have 2, 3 or more. The subjects are usually joined by a conjunction. This is a word or connecting word like and or. We can have other words, but we can use the word and to connect the two simple subjects. So we have a campus subject like this. For example, this is a simple sentence. Beth loves books. We're talking about just one girl. This is Beth. She loves books. What is the subject? The subject is Beth and loves books is the predicate. So the subject, Beth, is the simple subject. But what happened with this other sentence? We have Beth and Kendra love books. We're talking about these two girls, Beth and Kendra. So we use the word and to join these two subjects. Simple subject number 1 and simple subject number 2, that is Kendra. And now we have a compound subject, a sentence with a compound subject. Yes, so we join the two nouns, two names, two nouns, or it can be pronouns. Now, compound subject, another example. The dog sat on the rug. Look at this. We have a dog sat on the rug. But also it says the cat sat on the rug. You see, there is a cat here. If this is like an addition, the dog sat on the rug plus the cat sat on the rug, it's equal to having one sentence. The dog and the cat sat on the rug. Both are performing the same action. So I can create one sentence using the two nouns, the two simple subjects, dog and cat, to create a compound subject class using the word and in the subject. Now, in your notebook, you are going to copy this practice B. Write each sentence and underline the simple subject or subjects in each sentence, class. Copy these sentences and underline the simple subject or subjects in each sentence. So it means the compound subjects or the simple subject that you find. So everybody copying this in your notebook. Copy this in your notebook, class. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to copy this in your notebook and also to identify then the simple subject or compound subjects.
In the first one, I identify plants and animals.
Let's see number 1. Read sentence number 1, Rebecca.
Plankton are tiny floating plants and animals.
Mhm. Now, what is a subject? You remember that we identify subjects and predicate. Subject is the first part of the sentence, and predicate is the rest of the sentence. So all of these are tiny floating plants. It's a predicate. We're working on subjects. Subjects, not predicates. This is the predicate. This is the predicate. All of this is the predicate. So using just the subject, it says underline the simple subjects. This is the subject, and they're the predicate. In your subject, Rebecca, what is the simple subject in your subject?
And
No, plankton. Plankton is the subject and also is the simple subject. Why? Why not plants and animals, Rebecca? Plants and animals, it's on the predicate, and we are not looking at the predicate. We're looking just in the subject. So we underline the subject. You can underline in color like this. Subject, and this is the predicate. Subject is plankton, so in other words, plankton is also, this word is also the simple subject. Simple subject.
what is that? And we have to copy all of this.
Yes, you need to copy
Okay.
this. Anna, tell me, Anna.
My sister had problems with the camera. And I am late because the internet.
Mhm. So Anna, you have problems with your camera. You need to take a photo of everything of today since you don't have camera and upload it to Schoology. Remember, I need to see your work that you're working. So if you don't have camera, you need to take a photo and upload it to Schoology.
Yeah, I applied out to school.
Okay.
The second one is the most ocean animals depend on plankton for food.
Thank you, Colette. And what is the subject?
The subject is plankton.
Plankton here?
Yes.
Are you sure? Pretty sure?
Yes.
No.
No. Animals. Ocean animals. Ocean animals.
That's right.
And
Plus.
the predicate depend on plankton for food.
Good job. Depend on plankton for food. This is a predicate. So you are not going to look at the predicate, the subject. This is predicate. This is the predicate. I'm going to write just the letter P now. Predicate stands for letter P now. P, the predicate, depend on plankton for food. I'm not going to look the subject or simple subject on the predicate because it says subject. Most ocean animals is a subject. So I'm going to use, use another color. Most ocean animals, this is the subject. And I'm going to write the letter S for subject now. Subject and predicate.
The simple subject.
Now, the simple subject, what is the simple subject in most ocean animals?
Animals.
Yes, animals. The animals is the simple subject. So you?
Or ocean animals. It's the same.
Is the same. We're talking about, yes, we're talking about animals. And which types of animals? The animals that they are in the ocean. So it's okay. But first, the most important first is to identify what is the subject and what is the predicate.
Yes.
What is the subject? Because you're looking for simple subjects class. So you cannot be looking the subject on the predicate because that is incorrect class.
Me. And I I know what is the second one.
Mhm.
Oyster and other creatures creep all along all the ocean.
Okay, hold on. Animals, remember, okay, here in this case, I'm going to try to circle it. Animals is what?
Oyster is the subject and the predicate is another creature creep along of along the ocean floor.
Mhm.
I'm really connect late because of my internet on my computer. You only copy this or you copy a summary?
No, yesterday we copied summary, Gabriela. Don't worry. Today we're just going to copy this. Right now, this, because at the beginning we practice oral. We're going to practice oral, but this is just to copy this. For today, just this.
Okay.
Okay. Now, look here. We have the simple subject is the same of the subject. Sentence number 2, animals is the simple subject. In number 13, you need to identify if you have subject, simple subject, or subjects. It can be compound subjects. It can be more than one. So work by yourself 13, 14, and 15. Remember, you can identify the predicate. So in this case, if you identify the predicate, it's easy for you to identify the simple subject. Predicate starts with the verb or the action and the rest of the sentence.
Miss? And the third one is oyster and other creatures creep along the ocean floor. The subject is oyster. And the predicate is another creature creep along the ocean floor.
Are you sure?
No.
No.
Yes, I see.
I think oysters and numbers is a subject. And the predicate is other
oyster and other creatures
along the ocean floor. I think the third one are oysters and other creatures are subject. Along the ocean floor are the predicate.
Excellent, Rebecca. This is the predicate. Just this is the predicate, Rebecca. Good job. And the rest, oysters and other creature is a subject. And now, if you know the subject, you need to identify the simple subject or simple subjects that you have there. It can be one or more than one. This is the subject. The predicates creep along the ocean floor. Now, let's identify the simple subjects. In sentence 13, oysters and other creature. Which words? Oysters is one of them. Yes, this word.
And creatures.
Excellent. So they are the simple subjects. How many simple subjects do we have?
Two.
So if we have two, this is a compound subject because I have two and I see the word and here in the subject. So this is a simple subject number 1 and the other creature is simple subject number 2 and I have a compound subject now. Simple subject. Remember the letter S stands for simple subject and the P is for predicate. And this is simple subject number 2 and now I have a compound subject because I have two subjects, two simple subjects. Yes, and that says simple subjects, it's the most important word in the subject and you can have two. If you have two or more, they are compound subjects. Sian, tell me, Sian.
In the 13, you put 3 O's in floor.
Oh, 3 O's. That's right. Thank you, Sian. It's just with 2. Perfect. It's just 2. No.
The fourth one is their food is carried to them by ocean currents.
Mhm. So identify subjects and predicates in number 14 class.
The predicate is their food is carried to them by, and the subject is ocean currents.
Are you sure? The subject cannot be at
No.
the end. The subject is at the beginning all the times. The
The
predicate is
subject their food and the predicate is carried to them by ocean current.
perfect, Lucia. Good job. It's carried to them by ocean currents. That is a predicate. The predicate is the subject all the times is at the beginning. It cannot be at the end. So this is the predicate. And the subject, as Lucia says, is their food. Just that. That's their food. This is the subject. Now, in the subject, identify the simple subject class, the most important word.
Food.
Food. So you
Food.
circle food,
Food.
you can circle food, and you know that this is the simple subject. Perfect.
And the 15, I think that snails and geese is the subject and the predicate is built on some ocean plant.
Excellent, you got it. Thank you, Lucia. Feed on some ocean plants. This is the predicate. Good job. So I'm going to write it's in the same color here, predicate, and the subject is snails and geese. Good job. And now in this subject, you identify that two important words, all the simple subjects.
Important example is snakes and geese.
Snails and
Snails, geese.
So they are the simple subjects. And I have, yes, it's a compound subject. Compound subject. Compound words is another thing. Simple subjects. So now I have two simple subjects. So it means that I have a compound subject because I have two. Remember, when in a sentence you have two simple subjects, you have a compound subject. If you just have one subject, simple subject, you just have a simple subject. If you have two simple subjects, it means that you have a compound word. This is a compound word because you see the word and in the subject also. And. Thank you, Lucia. Good job. Excellent. You used to do different colors also. Yes, it's better if you use colors class. So you identify your color, the predicate, you use circle with another color, the simple subjects, and the subject using another color. When you study, you see the colors and you remember this. Rebecca, good job. Excellent. So nice also. Joshua, good job. Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Questions, class, questions. No, we're not going to copy more, but we're going to practice orally. Next slide, I have some exercises that's going to be orally.
Okay.
Thank you, Hermes.
I think it is.
Okay, Khaled.
Yes.
2 minutes to finish, class, 2 minutes. And then we go to next activity.
We're going to copy more.
No more.
Oh, yeah.
Camila, Mia, Isabella, are you working? Are you writing this in your notebook? Yes. Camila Isaguirre, Mia Valentina. Yes.
Yes. In this class of science, need the materials.
Next class is science. No, the materials, remember that you need it for Thursday.
Miss, this we have to apply to school. Okay, Miss.
Finish class, finish the copy. Good job, Sia, perfect. One minute to finish.
I finished.
Okay, Santiago. Good job, great. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Time's over. Let's go to next slide. We're going to practice. Okay, 10 seconds, Valerie. Remember that in next slide, we're not going to copy, but I need everybody participating, saying the answer. In a sentence, we have subjects and predicate. Remember, a subject, sometimes a subject is just one word, and that is the same simple subject. But sometimes you see, like most ocean animals, we have more words and we need to identify the simple subject. The simple subject is the most important word in the sentence. Excellent, excellent, Valerie. And also, we can have two simple subjects in the sentence, like in this exercise. And that makes a compound subject. We have simple subject number 1 and simple subject number 2 here. So it makes a compound subject. Now, let's go to the next slide. Here we have compound subjects. Well, remember, when it has 2 or more subjects, it's called a compound subject. The compound subject includes everyone that does something or in a sentence. And individual subjects can have, when we have compound subject, we can have words like and or to join these subjects. Like Katy and Dana, you see, we have the word and that joins in the subject who participate in the chess tournament. So the compound subject is Katy and Dana. This is the compound subject. Now, sentence number 1. Sian, help me to read sentence number 1, Sian.
Dion and his brother played in the mud on a rainy day.
What is the subject in the sentence?
Play?
No, the subject. The subject, like the 2 nouns, what we're saying about these 2 persons of these nouns.
Play in the mud on a rainy day.
Okay, that is the predicate. Now that right now, just the compound subjects. Here we have Diego and his brother. They are the compound subjects. You say the predicate, yes, this is the predicate, but let's identify just the subjects. Diego and his brother. This is the subject and they are the compound subject. I have the word and here that joins Diego and his brother. Sian, continue with number 2, Sian.
Carla, Pat, and Greta raced down the street after school.
Mm-hmm. What is the subject?
Charlotte, Pat, and Greta.
Excellent. This is a subject and it's a compound subject. How many subjects you have? Simple subject. I have 1, I have 2, and I have 3. They are compound subjects. Excellent. Number 3, Camila. Read sentence number 3, Camila.
The teacher and principal meet with the parents.
What is the campus subject? Or the two simple subjects that you can...
Teacher and principal.
Excellent. This is the subject, the teacher and the principal, and there is two simple subjects, so it's a campus subject. Santiago Chavez, number 4. Read sentence number 4, Santiago Chavez. No, Santiago Chavez. Valerie, number 4, Valerie.
His mother and father decide to go out to dinner that evening. His mother and father.
Excellent. His mother and father. This is the campus subject. Good job. Andrea Nunez, number 5. Read sentence number 5, Andrea.
Foxes, hounds, and rattlesnakes live in the desert loam.
What is the campus subject?
Foxes and hounds.
Just these two, or we can include
and rattlesnakes.
Snakes. Excellent. Good job. Rebecca, number 6, Rebecca.
Apples and orange are often snakes. Apples and orange are the simple subject and the subject. And are healthy after snake are the predicate.
After snacks. Is a predicate. Excellent. Apples and oranges, they are the campus subject. Kiara, number 7, Kiara.
The wind stopped off from playing soccer today. Wind and rain are the subject.
Excellent. Good job, Kiara. You identified the campus subject, the simple subjects that you have. Rosa, number 8, Rosa.
Neither Han nor Susan will be present at the school today.
What do you think is the subject?
Jan and Susan.
Jan and Susan, that's right. So all of this is the simple subject and the campus subjects that we have. Thank you, Rosa. And the last one, class. Who can tell me what is the last one?
Carlos, him, and Jan are the subject.
Excellent. Carlos, Tim, and Janet is a campus subject because we have 3, you see? 1 simple subject, 2nd simple subject, and 3rd simple subject, so it makes a campus subject. Okay, let's finish with this class. Remember, next class of language, you need to have ready your worksheet for next class, and then you don't have homework. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.